Hey, what's up you guys? It's the little onion that could, and welcome back to my channel. So, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on both YouTube and in Discord, not just my own, but other people's Discord, about this new Melody of Memory Kairi B, and more specifically, how she's being offered. A lot of people are focusing on the fact that she's being offered in a VIP banner in which she is guaranteed, whereas in the general banner for everybody, she is part of a mixed mercy set with stained glass 10 and 11. A lot of people are a little bit concerned about the fact that VIP banners have made their triumphant return and that this is going to be the norm moving forward. Well, I'm here to tell you this isn't a problem at all. And we're going to talk about why I think this is not any cause for concern yet in this video. But before we actually do discuss the banner format, let's talk about what Kairi actually does. And as usual, I have to give thanks to Roboloid, who always gives us a good inside look on these medals before they actually come out. So if you guys haven't followed his Twitter, go follow. This should be something that most people know. If you don't, I'm gonna read out the abilities for you anyway. She is a tier 10 magic medal, costs 3 gauges, has a high multiplier of 89.04, which is around, I think, 21 point something. She has a base strength of 53,023 with chips and dales. For 2 turns, she increases metal strength by 7,000, which is pretty good. Increases your general upright PSM strength by 15 tiers and decreases the enemy's defenses by the same amount for the same attributes. Increases your guilt bonus by 220%, increases your gauges by 3, heals your HP all the way, has an Esuna ability built into it, which just means she cures ailments, and she increases the enemy counters by 1. That's all pretty decent. She basically is kind of a buffer attacking metal hybrid because her multiplier is actually really decent and really high, and she does have a lot of healing buffing abilities, which is what her primary use is. Now let's look at her supernova. For 3 turns, she increases magic metal strength by 6,500. That's important. Magic metal strength, not metal strength. She increases general upright and magic strength by 15 tiers, decreases the enemy's defenses by the same amount for the same attributes, increases your guilt bonus by 320%, increases the enemy counters by 5, and increases your gauges by 5, and she triggers before slot 1 is activated when defending in PvP. Overall, she is an okay medal. Before, people thought she would be pretty viable for PvP because of her 3-turn supernova, which again, people originally thought was metal strength and not magic metal strength. But since it's magic metal strength, that completely lowers the attractiveness this medal had. I can only see people who are maybe new to the game and don't have a healing buffer pulling for this, or you just really like Kairi. And I like Kairi, but I'm not spending my jewels on this shit. All right, now that we've read out the ability, let's actually talk about how she's being offered. As I stated at the beginning of this video, there are 2 different banners for Melody of Memory Kairi. One of them is a VIP banner in which she is guaranteed within 5 draws, and the general banner, she is offered with stained glass 10 and 11, and you have a chance of getting one of these 3 medals within these 5 draws. So it's a mixed mercy. And if you look at the very bottom of the draw odds, you can see what the probability is for getting Melody of Memory Kairi B for that 5th draw, and you can see that she only has an 18% chance of being the medal you get. And this is going to turn a lot of people off from this banner. The medal itself isn't really all that amazing, and the conditions to get her are not great for the majority of players. Even for VIP players, I'm like, no. And this is particularly why I really don't see the return of VIP banners as much of an issue yet. Here's the reason I think that. So I want everybody to look back at the recent history and look at all of the medals that have come out that have been in mixed mercy banner formats. I want you guys to answer this question. Which of these medals are the best out of all these medals that have come out? If you mentioned any one of these medals, you're absolutely right. My next question is this: what do all of these medals have in common? Every single one of these medals had a decent or really good deal. If you look at Supernova Plus Plus, Cloud, and Sephiroth that came out during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they were not guaranteed in their banners, but their banners were only 1,500 jewels, and every single 5 mercy you got one of the medals. So there was really a good chance of you actually pulling and getting either one or multiple copies of these medals. And if you look at the new Rax medals, they were offered in a very decent deal. You were able to get all three within the same banner. A lot of people pulled them very early before the Mercy. Of course, the banner would have been better if they were all separate, and it would have been excellent if they also allowed for you to be able to pull the other two medals within each banner. But instead, they decided to release it as one big banner with a 10 Mercy, guaranteed to get one of the three, and all three of those medals are really, really good. So if you decided to pull for it, there's literally no downside to it. If they are to continue with this trend of putting the really good medals with decent or really good deals, and the really okay-ish medals that are afterthoughts, medals that are drops in an ocean, medals that are distant echoes in a cave, I'm completely fine with that. If they have more VIP banners like this, I am definitely not going to be pressed about it, because Melody of Memory Kairi B, trash. She is not something that you need. When we start to see medals that are really good being offered guaranteed in VIP banners, then we can talk about whether or not this is an issue. As of now, sis, I'm not even thinking about this. This is not an issue. Honestly, if you guys are thinking about pulling for her, veteran players, people that have been playing for at least a few months, you don't need her at all. If you've just joined the game, you can pull on her banner if you'd like. Stained Glass 10 and 11 are still pretty decent medals. They have not been outclassed yet. So any one of these three medals, in my opinion, would be good for you. And even then, you can still save your jewels for something a little bit better. But that's all I wanted to really talk about in regards to this. I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on this. So if you guys can put it in the comments below, I'd love to hear it. Even if you disagree, I'd love to have a conversation about it. But if you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it. Maybe even hit that subscribe button, like tap it if you feel inclined and you like my content. But yeah, with that being said, y'all, I will see you in the next one.